You're 75 years old. You had cancer. You've been carefully isolating and social distancing to protect yourself from COVID-19. Then you have to go into work for something very important. And suddenly there's an emergency at work and you are rushed into a crowded room for safety with so many of your coworkers that social distancing is impossible. And that lasts for several hours. And some of your coworkers are not only not wearing masks, they refuse to wear masks when they are offered to them because they are the stupidest members of Congress in modern history. Our next guest, Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post entitled, "I'm 75, I had cancer, I got COVID-19 because my GOP colleagues dismiss facts." Congresswoman Watson Coleman writes, "I am angry that after I spent months carefully isolating myself, a single chaotic day likely got me sick. I am angry that several of our nation's leaders were unwilling to deal with the small annoyance of a mask for a few hours. I am angry that the attack on the Capitol and my subsequent illness have the same cause, my Republican colleagues' inability to accept facts." In her op-ed piece, Congresswoman Watson Coleman did not name the Republican members of Congress who refused masks because, she said in the article, their names don't matter. They do to me. We are going to show you a video of Republican House members in that safe room refusing masks and laughing about it. And they are Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor, Congresswoman Markwayne Mullin, Congressman Andy Biggs, Congressman Scott Perry, Congressman Michael Cloud, and Congressman Doug LaMalfa. Each of them is a rank imbecile and a danger to themselves and others, as they prove in this video. Joining us now is Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, a Democrat from New Jersey. She's a member of the Homeland Security Committee. Congresswoman, thank you very much for joining us tonight. First of all, how are you feeling?
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for having me. I feel pretty good. I feel like I have a cold. And so, I'm feeling quite blessed that that's all I'm feeling right now.
And do you have the House doctor monitoring your condition?
Well, I'm in my home in New Jersey, and I have spoken to the House doctor on more than one occasion. He checks in with me, yeah. And then I have doctors that are in New Jersey here that are checking in on me as well.
Are you getting any treatment for this, or are you just how are you treating it, the situation?
I had an infusion of monoclonal antibodies last night. And then on December the 29th, I had my first vaccine shot, and I'm supposed to get another one in another week or so. So I had some immunity, something to fight with, and then I had the monoclonal antibody infusion last night. So hopefully, as a doctor told me, the combination of both will help to minimize any serious symptoms of the virus.
Congresswoman, I'm very impressed with your restraint in your op-ed piece when you're describing the situation that you found yourself in that day with your colleagues, refusing masks being offered to them in that room and laughing about it while you were in that room. Does it, when you look back on it, do your feelings about this, are they softening or are they intensifying as time goes by?
I'm very angry. I'm very angry because they displayed a disregard and a disrespect for anybody's safety. They have to know what the scientists have been saying. It's not anything that's new and novel. And the arrogance and the stupidity combined with their sort of undying loyalty to a president who has led us in this direction just really sickens me to my stomach. And the people that elected them need to hold them accountable when they go home. But while they're in D.C. and while they're on the Capitol campus, then they need to be obeying the rules, or they need to pay serious consequences for not.
One of the things that the video of them reveals is that they actually are as stupid as they present themselves to be publicly. I mean, I thought it was possible that they could publicly have a certain kind of bravado about masks, but in a dangerous situation, they would wear masks. They were in a very dangerous situation at close quarters, and their private stupidity is perfectly consistent with their public stupidity.
You know, absolutely. And there really isn't any logical explanation for the illogic that we saw in what they were doing. But it is not new to us because they've been acting that way all along. And there's a certain amount of arrogance that goes along with their stupidity that makes it even sickening. And Lisa Blunt Rochester is one of the nicest members, nicest people you'll ever want to encounter. And she was reaching out to them out of love and mutual respect, offering them masks, and they just kind of waved her off. But, you know, that kind of arrogance, thank God, Lawrence, is coming to an end. It's ending with this president leaving office, and it's ending with members of the Republican caucus in the House recognizing that this president did impeachable offenses. And let us hope that at least some of those members who've been so arrogant and defiant to the speaker, to the House, to their members, let's hope that they either have their come to Jesus or that they are voted out of office.
You make the point in your article that that their refusal to accept facts, plain and simple facts, defines everything about them, including their vote against certifying the Electoral College vote, which all of those people who refused the masks in that room did.
Yeah, and you know, after the dangerous experience we all had in the Capitol, after there was an absolute attempt to overthrow the government action of that day, after what was an attempted coup, they still insisted upon voting against these two states in particular, the electoral votes. It made no sense. It wasn't going to change the outcome. They knew that. Everyone knew that. The votes had been counted and recounted and audited and certified and stamped and everything else that they needed to be. And so they have a hard lesson to learn. My mother used to say, you know, a hard head causes you to have a soft bottom. So they're gonna get their comeuppance, and they're gonna have to follow the orders and the rules, and they're gonna have to play by a different set of rules, or they're gonna find themselves marginalized.
Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, thank you very much for joining us. And I know I speak for millions of people watching right now to tell you how glad we are to see you at home and feeling as energetic as you apparently do at this hour tonight and as strong as you do. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, Lawrence, thank you. Let me just say that there were so many people praying for me that I just feel like I'm covered. And so I'm grateful. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this evening.
So great to see you tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.